Welcome to the show.
First up, it's been a long day already.
What are we doing today?
Well, we're talking about communion, and we're talking about the first communion. Because we have a special service happening tonight, if you're watching this on Wednesday, where we are going to be remembering and celebrating the first communion. Do you know what we also refer to that first communion as?
The Last Supper?
Yes. That's correct. So we're gonna be Yes.
Tell me about the Last Supper.
Okay. Well, the disciples, I'm going to read you a little bit. Matthew 26:18. Jesus, he replied, "Go into the city to a certain man and tell him, the teacher says, my time is near. I'm going to celebrate the Passover at your house with my disciples." So the disciples did what Jesus told them to do, and they prepared the Passover meal. So when we talked about Palm Sunday and Jesus coming into the city, and Jerusalem was crowded and busy, everyone was there to celebrate the Passover. And Jesus asked the disciples to go get the place ready that they were going to have the Passover meal, a meal that everybody at the time celebrated. A lot of people still do, as part of their tradition, as part of their religion, as part of their beliefs. And so they were going to have that very important meal together. And that's what we call the Last Supper. That was the first communion, because of what happened there at that meal.
Cool.
Yeah. You know about that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So they went, and I have a little snack for us while we talk about it.
Okay.
So they went and they had the meal, and at the end of the meal, Jesus took the bread and broke it and said, "This is my body," and he took the cup and said, "This is my blood." And these are things that we talk about in communion, and we talk about how there's some broken ones, and we talked about how that signifies what was about to happen in Jesus's life. And what he was about to do for us, and that's all symbolic of that, and we remember that every time we take communion together as a group and as a community. Yeah? Okay. You good? Okay.
I'm great.
Listen. Been doing this all day.
Sure have.
It's really annoying. It's really difficult. And I'm gonna be honest, I've been trying, but it makes me really not want to share my M&Ms with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's really bothering me.
Kind of hungry.
Yeah.
Though.
I know. But here's the thing. You know how we always say, Jesus said the most important thing that you can do is love God with all your heart, all your soul, all your mind. And the second most important thing you can do is to love your neighbor as yourself. And I talk about with the kids all the time, who's your neighbor? And they all say, everybody. Because everybody's your neighbor, right? My favorite part or my favorite point that I take from the Last Supper, from the First Communion, is that this was such an ultimate example of everybody's your neighbor. Because while they were there that night, it says in Scripture, when the evening came, Jesus was at the table with his 12 disciples, and while they were eating, he said, "What I'm about to tell you is true. One of you will hand me over to my enemies." So Jesus knew, even before that meal began, that Judas was going to betray him. But he didn't make Judas get up and leave. He didn't make Judas sit there and not get to participate in the meal. He didn't punish him even though he knew what was about to happen. He still loved him, and he still showed him kindness, and he still did what he was supposed to. I think that's amazing. And I love seeing that example that Jesus sets for us. So even when we're annoyed with people doing really weird, strange things, and even when people aren't being the kindest to us, and even when people are being rude, or maybe not being the best friend, or maybe not showing love and kindness to us, we're still supposed to do that for others. So even though you've been driving me absolutely crazy today for like no reason that I can understand, I'm still gonna be kind and share my M&Ms with you.
Even though I've been annoying on purpose all day,
Yep.
doing the thing
Yep.
and bugging you.
Yep. And doing this a lot. Yeah. Because that's what we're supposed to do.
I'm sorry.
I forgive you. They're good M&Ms, right?
They're very good, man. So I'm really hungry.
So I want you all to remember this week and every week that everybody in your life may not be having a great day. They may not be being really kind. They might be being a little rude or a little annoying or just not doing what you want them to do. But that doesn't change the fact that they're our neighbor and that we're supposed to love them and be kind to them, because that's what Jesus asked us to do. And that's also what he did. He showed us how to do it. So I challenge you this week to be kind and show love to those neighbors, even the ones that maybe aren't as easy. Have a good day. Bye.